Hello everybody and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my tactical approach for PSG. And let's get started with an overview. PSG is our team for today, and as usual, I'm not trying to recreate Luis Enrique's tactics, but rather look at the squad and apply my usual touches and flair. It's not a surprise to say that after their Champions League win, PSG are the best team in the world. They're a squad filled with incredibly talented players, but there is a tactical plan that I wanted to apply. To begin, I was thinking how I could get players in roles that are multifunctional, meaning even though they have an assigned position in our defensive shape, when we attack, they change positions, and then have teammates cover for that vacated position. Also, I'm applying the less is more approach when it comes to team instructions. The idea being a squad filled with elite players don't need a lot of direction. And the final one is a question rather than a specific approach. How can I give my players creativity in attack while also being defensively sound? In Football Manager, there are many different ways to approach a problem or tactical issues. I bring this up because in this tactic, I wanted to use a winger and a wingback. PSG has a lot of good wingers, like Dembele. They also have players that can be really good wingbacks, like Hakimi. I love both of the roles, but I usually don't use them on the same side in the same tactic. The reason being is they usually end up doing the same kinds of things, running down the flank and getting in crosses. But PSG has a lot of good ones, especially on that right flank, so in the next section, we'll talk about my fixes for this issue. The tactic is a 4-2-3-1. That solution for the right flank is to use a complete wingback, which has roam from position as a hard-coded instruction. It'll give the player, usually Hakimi, opportunities to move towards the midfield. In addition, I've also given the winger a player instruction of roam from position. This instruction is both beneficial for the tactic because it keeps players from getting in the same position too much, while also getting my best players in their most effective roles. The striker is a complete forward on support, who will contribute to many different aspects of our attack. I've also chosen a shadow striker, who will give us an extra scoring threat up top. On the other side, at the risk of almost becoming a stereotype, I've chosen the Raumdeuter. The inside forward is another option, of course, but as we build out the tactic, I wanted to choose a role that stays wide and isolated while still providing an attacking threat. The defensive midfield are two supporting roles, the Segundo Volante and the roaming playmaker. When we've got the ball, they're going to occupy the attacking midfield area that the shadow striker vacates. For the left fullback, I've chosen the inverted wingback on defend. In possession, he'll be the extra midfielder as the two actual defensive midfielders push up. It's also why I've chosen the Raumdeuter, so that role keeps the width to counteract the inverted wingback. The two center backs are what I call the playmaking duo, the no-nonsense center back and the ball-playing defender. Finally, the sweeper keeper on attack rounds out the 11. For team instructions, it's my simple ones I like to use for elite attacking teams. The attack mentality makes sure we stay on the front foot. Be more expressive gives us unpredictability. The counter will try to attack quickly on the break, and I like the high press because it keeps my more forward players higher up the field when we win the ball back. And so, here's our final tactic. A 4-2-3-1 with our team instructions added in. In the next section, we'll check out some highlights. Our first example starts with the opponent on the ball in their own half. It gives us a look at our high press and how it keeps my front three higher up the field. Specifically, we'll look at the complete forward, who's basically an amalgamation of all the other striker roles. In this one, he turns into a pressing forward to win us the ball back. In this one, we start with the winger on the ball after starting our possession. I always love the Raumdeuter because yes, he gives us width, but the role is not prone to crossing the ball like the winger on the other side. We'll see the Raumdeuter get the goal on the assist from the shadow striker. We start this one with our set piece free kick. Now in FM, there's really no way to figure out why certain players do what they do, but we can influence what we want them to do. This role is the no-nonsense center back, who has direct passes as a hard-coded instruction. This role is the roaming playmaker, and because he's a playmaker, it's a focus role, so teammates are more likely to pass him the ball over another player. The two of them, with their specific role influences, kickstart our chance. Before we get started, as a side note, whenever PSG plays Lille, it's a color contrast nightmare, so apologies for that. Here, the ball-playing defender is on the ball. This is our winger Dembele. He has the player trait of cuts inside. If you would like this type of movement we're about to see, you can also tell your winger to cut inside with an individual player instruction if they don't have the player trait. A rollout wide cutting inside is a devastating attacking move for defenders to deal with. Our final example will be focusing on our defenders. It starts with a segundo volante on the ball in the attacking midfield. Here's the roaming playmaker. When they push up, the inverted wingback on defend will move into the midfield to provide that cover. When we get the ball to the byline, here's the two center backs and our now de facto defensive midfielder. This positioning helps us keep the ball and provides cover for his more attacking teammates. And though we don't get a goal, we do get a scoring chance out of it. While we had a couple of small slip-ups in the Champions League, overall, it's going well. The last thing I wanted to talk about is not related to tactics, but a quick story. You see, way back in the day, well over 10 years ago by now, I started playing Football Manager. No surprise to anybody who's played it, I immediately fell in love. And part of the reason why I fell in love with the game is because of my very first save and the very first team I used, PSG. So yes, while I'm a Manchester United fan, PSG is alright by me. If you'd like some player role shirts or a digital FM planner, I've got an online store that you can check out. There's also a Patreon account if you'd like to support the channel. Anyway, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.